So, YouTube, we're back. Had a little situation with my daughter. I take care of that. Okay. Um. So, excuse me, but mommy duties call first. Okay. So here we are. We're back to it. Do I build first? Do I marry first? Part two. Here we are. Let's go. All right. So, um, basically, everybody's different, and I know this is a topic that can go either way. Basically, some people say, yeah, you build first because you need to find out if that's what you want to do, who you want to marry, etc. Then some other people say, hey, I want to get married first and do it the right way. Fine, either way. You know what I mean? This topic can really go either way. But just from the biblical perspective, uh, I would like to do it the way that it's supposed to be done, which is marry first, then build your family. You know, um, God is about families. He's about building families. And so he wants to make sure it's done right. And, honestly, you don't want to be a boo or a bae to somebody or a side chick or a side piece or that's just my lady friend, it's my arm candy, whatever you want to call it. You don't want to be that for, you know, a long period of time. You know? I feel like every girl out here desires marriage. I do. I mean, from a little bitty girl, you always have in your mind how you would dream your wedding to be, how you would expect for it to be. And you kind of set it up in your mind as a little bitty girl. So it's kind of like a fantasy, you know what I mean? It kind of stays in your mind until you meet that right person that you're able to bring that fantasy alive and you're actually able to see it. So, you know, I desire marriage. I do. I'm not interested in like boobs and bays. They're great. That stuff, honestly, let me do that stuff in your high school, junior high school. You're my girlfriend. Let me give you some Valentine's Day candy. Would you be my girlfriend? Check no, yes. All that good, them boxes and stuff. Yeah, that stuff is like junior high school stuff. And, over time, as you get older, you mature and you realize that I want more. I do find that a lot of times I find that the younger people are marrying more quicker than the older people for some apparent reason. But that's great too because um, you know they're having their mind in the right direction, the right focus. So they're marrying these ladies and these young ladies and or they're baby mothers or what have you. They're marrying them. They're settling down. They're building the family. So, but I sometimes like the older men is feel like the younger men are taking over. And it's kind of like the younger men are showing the older men like this is how it's supposed to be done. A lot of times when you find yourself to get older, um, you, well, I say this, when I was much younger, um, and in my 20s, um, I was always attracted to older men, or I should say older men were attracted to me, put it that way, because they were. And I don't know, they kind of felt like I could be molded and shaped into their little image, and I can just kind of dictate my way. And she's very pliable, and I can just kind of bend her and, make her, my creation. They kind of see you as like um, some type of art or some type of something they can just kind of mold a little bit. And and so when I was like 26, and when I talked earlier in the earlier video, where I said that I was like 26, 27, and the guy was like 10 years older than me. At that time, he was trying to like mold me, kind of make me, just trying to create his image that he wanted. And sometimes as young girls, we don't really see that because we're just so wrapped up in the moment. And, he's doing this for me, he's doing that for me. And we're not we're not seeing all of that. And so um, he was kind of being boyfriend slash father. That don't really go together. That don't really go together. Either you gonna be my boyfriend, or and that's gonna be that. But all this boyfriend slash father, that don't go together. That's a mess, you know. But at that time, that's kind of what he was doing, you know. And I think it's cute, like, oh, you know, he's so overprotective of me. Oh my God, he's so concerned. It's almost like you feel like he's so concerned. It's not concern, it's control. Better call it what it is, because that's what it is. And so I didn't realize that, you know. So I'm like 26, 27. I'm just caught up, like, oh my God, he really cares about me. Oh my gosh, you know, I'm just excited. And so we separated, and then I went back, and then you know I kind of did my own little thing and everything, and I ended up having my daughter and kind of thing. And life just took us very different directions. He ended up getting married to another lady and everything. So life kind of took us in different directions. Okay, and so but we reconnected like about 8 years later. I want to say 7 years later. And because I think my daughter was about, yeah, those 7 at the time. So I want to say 7 years later, we reconnected. And so now I'm older. Things have changed. You know, we have a baby. Uh, your focus changes. Uh, your you just don't kind of think the same. You know, your mind is more open, more wiser, and so that's kind of how it was for me. So we reconnected. Make a long story short, reconnected, and we're talking on the phone. So we you know, he's living in New Jersey. I'm living in Virginia. So we were talking about making this drive. You know, getting together, meeting up, yada yada, etc. So we ended up reconnecting, and he saw me. I saw him. Great reconnection. It was just awesome. You know, we laughed, we talked, we just kind of connected, reconnected with the memories, and just had a good time. But I did notice that he was looking at me in a way because he was trying. There were certain discussions that we were having um, that he was trying to see if I was that same 26, 27-year-old girl. Now, mind you, I told him before before we met up, that I'm not the same person that I am when I was 26, 27. And I wasn't saying that in a bad way or to be like arrogant with it at all. But I was just letting you know I'm not that same person. So if you're looking for her, you won't find her, you know. But it is mine, you know. Oh, you know, a lot of people say that, but that ain't true. So anyway, we meet up and we're discussing, you know, I said we're having these memories and everything. But I noticed that he tries to, some of the discussions were discussions of of control, kind of like manipulation, you know, that kind of thing. And I told him, I said, listen, I told you before we met up that I'm not that 26, 27-year-old girl. You know, here I am, like 38, you know, now. So, like, I'm not her. And his response was like, no, I understand that. No, well, it don't seem like you do. Because we're going along the same lines as, you know, as if I was 26, 27 years old. I think at that point he realized that, hey, she's really not the same person. And that really didn't go anywhere from there. That was just like reconnected one time, laughed about memories, had a good time, went to dinner, it was over. That was it. Um, because sometimes when people feel like they gotta control you, and control manipulation, and I know I'm kind of like all over a little bit, but just to put this snippet in about control manipulation, it's very subtle. Okay, a lot of people do it. Church people, regular people, you know, school people, everybody do it. It's very subtle. Family do it, very subtle. And if you don't understand it, and if you don't know it, you'll fall into it. It's very, very subtle. Very. You know, a lot of people say, well, you should do it this way, or um, you should do it that way. You know, sometimes that can be advice, or that can be a matter of just trying to get you to do something or stay somewhere that, they want you to do. So I say this to people because I really don't like control manipulation. I really don't. It's a real strong pet peeve of mine. If you have something to say it. We ain't gotta go around the bush. Just say it to me. You know, let me be that big girl, or let me be that big man, and just say it. And I can take it. It's okay. But all this going around the bush and well, a lot of people feel like when they don't deal with somebody else, like if I had a falling out with you, I gotta tell so and so that they can't deal with you until I come in alignment with you. That's control. That's foolishness. That's control. What is my disagreement? Me and you have a disagreement, but I'm telling other people, well, you can't associate with them. It's so many. Not telling them directly, but telling them indirectly until we make amends, then you will be okay to deal with them. That is straight out control, manipulation, and it is from Satan. Okay? 100%. Ain't nothing about that is God. Absolutely not. I don't care who you are. Sorry. Don't matter. That's control and manipulation. And you have an issue that pretty much got to be dealt with. It's all right to pray. It's all right to fast. Some things do come out by fasting and prayer. But then there are some other things that we need to talk it out and have somebody help walk us out and through it. You know what I mean? So that was just kind of like a jump in moment about something, but we'll talk about that on another live feed. But listen, all right. So do I build or do I marry first? So, hey, I personally want to get married first and build a family. That's me. I don't know about you. It's me. I'm just not interested in you coming to my home and you living here, your things is here, and I'm just not interested in that. Sorry. And young girls, you gotta wake up. You have to. I know sometimes some of these girls come from foster homes. Sometimes they're just coming out of homes where they're just not being told, but you gotta tell them. I have a daughter, and I have to make her very aware because she can't be gullible. These kids go to school and they're learning from, they're learning so much stuff like, Lord have mercy. And then they be like, okay, well, what is that? And they're curious, you know what I mean? So, I feel like we have to tell our young girls, I don't feel like no subject is off limits. Lesbianism, homosexuality, That stuff ain't off limits. Because, oh, well, they not ready to hear that yet. The devil is a lie, they ready to hear it because they going to school and, you got young girls, 8 and 7, sizing up your daughter who is like 9, looking, in places they shouldn't be looking. You got to tell them. You got to tell them what to watch out for. So ain't nothing really off limits. I don't know. Sometimes we feel like when we're in church, we can't talk about that. So, everybody's crunching and, and going down in their seats and, carrying on. Ain't no need for that. Just open up your mouth and say it. Because it's just that real. The world's talking about it. We look at all these reality TV shows and they don't hold no punches, honey. None. None. You hear me? They tell it all. Okay? We gotta be just that real. I'm really just that real. Like, I don't have, to me, it's just no subject that really scares me because it's like, oh, okay, so that's what we're dealing with today. You know what I mean? It's, we can't be scared. We can't be scared of what our kids may come and tell us, like, Mom, I'm feeling this way, or Mom, I'm thinking about doing this, or, and we'd be like, oh my God, Jesus, I ain't ready. Now we got to go fast and pray. For what? Just start talking. Wait, some things is just, it's over the top. They ain't even needed. Just start talking. They human. They did discoveries on. And you got to help them discover themselves. And you got to help, lay it out. Like, tell them. Ain't no hidden, we ain't talking about the birds and the bees. That's great. That's wonderful. But when they come into a knowledge of really understanding, you got to tell them. These kids are well advanced. Well advanced. My daughter's 9. And she know a young girl that's 10. That's like, I want to say at least 19 in her mind. Like, Jesus. Some of the stuff, like, I've heard her talk about, the music that she's listened to, she's well advanced in my daughter. Well advanced. Okay? And she's only 1 year older than her. These kids, you got to talk to them. And sometimes it just kind of makes me upset because we feel like, I raised my kids in church and I just can't go there. They don't need to know all that. We just keep them in church. I was raised in church too. Okay? Mama had us in church and all night prayer and all that stuff. I was raised in, church where they keep you there all day. Yeah, I was raised in that. But let me tell you something. You got to talk to your kids. And one thing is you got to have balance. I'm a parent and I'm trying to have balance. A lot of times, I'm not saying a lot of people that grow up in church, but a lot of parents that grew their kids up in church, they don't have balance with their kids. They're just all about God. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do that. It's all like, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. But then we find a lot of young girls are coming up pregnant in church. Why do you think that is? Good question. Yeah, shouldn't be. We should be talking. I don't never want my daughter to be with an I don't know. Well, I'm not sure. No. We're gonna have an answer for you. I'm not sure and I don't know are not responses that I am willing to accept. We need to know. And if I don't have the answer, then I need to find the answer and give her the answer. I don't believe in raising kids today in 2019 on I don't know and I'm not sure. What is that? I'm sorry. Because I find a lot of young girls are always like, well, I don't know. I'm not really sure. What? And you're 21, you're 22, you're 23, and I don't know. I'm not sure. It's just sad. Be sure. Listen, I don't know if you have somebody to talk to, but listen, I just keep it all the way real across the board. Okay? because I feel like the young girls are just getting caught up in situations and they don't understand. They're not being taught. And these young girls is working. You're working at Target. You're working at Walmart. You're trying to save up your money, working double shifts. Oh, I'm sorry, double shifts and overtime, trying to save up your money to get you an apartment. And then here comes somebody talking about, hey, like, what do you mean, hey? Like, excuse, like, hey? No, 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 no. And I'm a firm believer. I've been in relationships with men and told me, oh, I'm taking care of my mom, and I live with my mom, or she lived with me. Just all this stuff. Listen, I didn't heard it. Okay, didn't heard it. Let me tell you something. Now I know this is probably gonna get a lot of controversy. Okay, but there's a certain age that a man just not always living at home. Period. That's period across the board. Just period. Okay? If I had a son, and I do know that they have to get their life together, they have to, work and, just build just like a female would. But honestly, if you 25, if you over 25 still living in my home, there's a problem. There's a serious problem. Very serious problem. Okay? So if you're finding men that's over 25 living at home, I'm sorry. That's handicapped with a capital H, and you need to exit. There is no discussion. I don't need to know what you're trying to do. We're not even talking at this point. That's handicappedness. Because what's happening is, a lot of times, these young ladies are out here building, okay? And they're, they're saving up. They get their little studio. They're just doing well for themselves. They get them a little car. They pay like, $1,500 up for their car. They just, they're handling their business. It may not be all extravagant and everything, but they're handling their business. And here comes, so-and-so talking about, hey, how you doing? Like, no. Because personally, if you're dating somebody and that person can't come to your house and spend the night, or you can't go to that person's house and spend the night, then you really ain't got no business dating. Because honestly, you shouldn't be going to no hotel spending the night. Really, you shouldn't be spending the night at all. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. Everybody's different, okay? But if you're dating somebody and you're, just are doing it, the way that you want to shack and do it that way or whatever, if you're not able to, go over to his house and, maybe, watch a movie or something, or he cooked for you and you enjoy dinner, and you're not able to go to his house and he cooked for you and you enjoy dinner and you guys sit back and relax, no. If we need to put our money together and do this at a hotel, no ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. These girls need to understand you are not no engine number 9 rescue to the man. No ma'am. No ma'am. No, I'm sorry. Because what's happening is these men are staying at home, and I'm sorry, I'm going to step on some toes, because I'm sorry, but I am. Because I don't hold no punches at all. So my thing is, what's happening is a lot of these older men are at home talking about they saving up. You ain't got no business saving up at age 40. Well, what's wrong with you? Saving up what? I'm sorry. What are you saving? Okay. You waiting to, and what's happening, they're looking good. They got nice watches. They got, these, this attire on, like these labels. You wearing labels to make it seem like you got yourself together. You got yourself together. Then they ask you where you live. Well, I live, I'm staying with my mom right now because I'm trying to get things together. Get what together? You 39, you 38, you 40. What are you trying to get together? Listen. What you trying to get together? You should have been together. No, man, no. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Because I didn't fall into that trap where, oh, I'm taking care of my mom. You know, you feel all sympathetic. Oh, you know, his mom is sick and he claimed he taking care. He ain't taking care. He living there. Oh, trust me, he living there. He ain't taking care of his mom. His mom is more or less taking care of him. Yeah, it's the reverse around. Cooking, cleaning. Mm-mm. Past a certain age, your mom should be doing enough for you. She should be washing your clothes. Sorry. Especially men. Sorry. And women too. Sorry. Because you're supposed to be the head of a household. So, I mean, if the Bible says you gotta, who's so fine if the wife finds a good thing, how are you gonna find somebody and somebody already taking care of you? Mama taking care of you, sister, auntie? Mm-mm. You coming home, your meals is cooked and prepared? No. I'm not your wife. Your auntie is not your wife. Your mother is not your wife. No. She's not your wife. Sorry. It's not happening. Learn to stand on your own 2 feet. That's what God is teaching me. And He's helping me to stand. You know, I'm not looking for somebody to come rescue me. It's great. I would love to, be married and possibly, have another child. But I'm not waiting around for somebody to, okay, well, let me just chill out. And when this multi-millionaire supposedly walk into my life, then he can just kind of rescue me from my apartment and this little Honda car I'm driving. Like, be content with what you have. Get the things that you need. You don't need people. You don't need, excuse me, a man to provide these things for you. That's great if he wants to do those things for you, but like, you shouldn't be relying on that. Well, if you don't pay my, I'm not sure if my rent gonna get paid this month because we was arguing. The devil is a liar. That should be predicated on him paying the rent. Well, we really got me mad at each other, so I'm not sure if he gonna take care of the rent. You're supposed to already have your stuff together. Stop it. It's just a bunch of mess. Seriously. And when people know that they can hang something over you, they will do it. They will do it. They will do it. It's like, ding, 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 ding. Well, I got this over your head. Yeah, okay. But when your stuff is together, and I'm not saying I'm perfect, because, oh, by no means I am. Trust and believe I'm not. But God has really been my source. And He's really been my source. Really been my source. And I say that with pure confidence because He's really been my source. Like, I was sleeping with men for money. I ain't doing strange things for change and all of that foolishness that people say. Like, He's really been my source. And so I'm grateful for that because He's teaching me that, hey, you don't need to do that. But sometimes, and I'm not judging anybody or saying, well, you're a bad person because if that has been something you've done in the past or maybe currently doing. I'm not judging or saying anything, but sometimes that may be all that you know. Okay? And because until we come into the knowledge of really knowing what our value and our worth is, sometimes you do some things that you may not be proud of, but you just honestly don't know any other solution. And so sometimes we fall into certain things, but Um, God has truly been my source. Like, He's been everything to me and then some. He's really been my source. And I've had to learn how to depend on Him. Trust me, I've learned how to depend on Him a whole lot and still is. Like, and it's not easy because I'm the type of person that's always trying to fix stuff. Oh, I got it. Don't worry about it. No, I got it. I got it. I'm always like, I got it. I'm fine. I'm fine. But sometimes He allows situations to come, and He allows situations to kind of get out of control where we can't put our hand on it. We can't really regulate it. And I kind of feel like that's where I am. Currently right now, because I'm used to being able to control, put my hand on situations and regulate it, kind of steer it straight. Because if it's trying to go to the right or trying to go to the left, I can take it and steer it in the right direction, you know. So I'm kind of used to doing that. And God is teaching me that, hey, no, I'm gonna let these situations like get out of control because you need help, And I can honestly say that, I don't really like asking people for help, because I always feel like I'm a burden on them, and or for whatever reason, it's just pride. That's all it is. It's just pride. Like, you trying to justify it. It's just straight up pride. Okay. Um. So God is helping me with that. So honestly, I did almost about an hour between the two live videos. So basically, what I want to say is, just be wise. You know, um, and remember that when a man finds you, whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing. You're good. You're a wife, and you're good. Okay, and he gains something when he finds you. He obtaineth favor of the Lord. So know that you already have favor. You're not trying to obtain favor. You have favor. So when that man finds you, he obtaineth favor from the Lord, which he receives something, which is great, which is wonderful. So, I just say to all my adults or adult women or young ladies, be careful, and always say if you want to know some information, just go to God and ask Him. Always ask. Excuse me. Always ask when people walk into my life, like, God, what are they here for? What is their intent? What is their purpose? Not that that is bad, not that they may not have any intent at all, but I just feel like always give God, always ask Him, always, literally, I do. And He'll show me, and He will show me. And, um, and so just ask Him. We ain't got to say no long drawn out prayer, where you got to put all these alphabets into it and it's just, you know, so exuberant, like you can't even really understand it. Like, just be simple. God is very simple. Very simple. Simplicity is Him. He's very simple. And a lot of times we make Him to be so extravagant, like where people can't really reach Him and touch Him, and just by our persona or what we do. But God is very simple, very, very simple. You ask Him, He gives you an answer. All that stuff that we do, sometimes we're just a little bit extra, and it's just not necessary, honestly. I love the simplicity of God. He's very simple. And you can ask Him something, and He hears you. And He will answer you. So um, just talk to Him. just ask him. Be open, and let your heart be open. You know, and sometimes we can have a closed heart because we've been hurt. Like, ooh, every times I've been hurt, oh my God, like, I should be on the table. They should be trying to give me a new heart. Like, really, you know what I mean? But sometimes we have to go through things because God is building us. You know what I mean? And He's building us. And a lot of people always tell me, "Oh, you're really strong." It's not me. But when I'm going through things, I notice that God takes me through things with a posture that a lot of people probably wouldn't have. You would know that they're really going through something. Um, so I thank God for that. And it's not me being strong, that's Him being strong through me. I smile a lot. Like, I smile, and I'll tell people all day, 365 a year, I'm fine. Oh, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Like, how you doing? That's me all day, all the time. And a lot of times it takes really, really, um, God sent people to really kind of go beyond my what I'm saying and maybe my uh, face to really know that there's something wrong. And I'm just not saying it. You know what I mean? Because I'm just not a person that just likes to, oh, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. Oh my God, oh my God. It's not me. It's not me. So I'm just gonna close off this live feed, and I'll be back again, you guys. Like, we can talk about other stuff. Um, this ain't no real prissy um, video. Um, this is just me expressing my heart. That's it. So I hope you were blessed, and I hope that maybe something on here helped you. Um, maybe it proposed a thought. Maybe it proposed a question. Maybe it proposed another topic that you might want me to address. Maybe the next time I go live. Today is Monday. So what I'm going to try to do is stay on the same pattern of going live on Mondays in the evening. So probably around maybe 7 o'clock. And just to kind of keep the same flow going so I don't really change up the days too much. Um, so yeah, but I really hope that something was said. It's not mandatory for you to take any information from here, but I just wanted to share my heart and how I feel because um, I deal with struggles every day, and I'm very real, and I'm very human. And so, and sometimes we just feel like nobody's going through what I'm going through, and I can't talk about that because that's too personal. And we're gonna get into some other things on different on some different other topics. But this is just basically a forum just to open up about any and everything. Like, there's really no topic that is off limits. Like, and I say that because there really isn't. We can talk about everything. So it's been nice, you guys. I am so excited to have did my first live YouTube video. Like, I feel it was awesome, and I'm really excited to come back and do it again. And we just gonna keep continuing and going down the line here, and it's just gonna be awesome. That's all I can say. All right, you guys. I love you guys, and you know, leave me some comments, talk to me, give me some thumbs up. If you feel like you want to give me some thumb down, give me that too. It's okay. I love you too still. But yeah, just let me know. And I look forward to talking with you all next week, okay? Bye.